Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn this camera around and face the correct way. Hello! I hope everyone is well today. I'm just going live as promised. Just going to make a couple of quick little cards with you this afternoon, and I'm going to show you one of my favourite new sweets. So that'll be a bit of fun. I hope everyone's having a nice afternoon. Hey Chris, how you doing? Thank you for your order this week. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Hi Lorraine. Hi Kerry. Lots of people coming on. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to get started pretty quickly because, as often happens, hi Deb, I'm on a time deadline, mostly because my daughter, who just graduated from high school this week, is off to a graduation party tonight. So I need to get her there by around 5 o'clock, and it's just gone 4. So doesn't give us a lot of time today, unfortunately. But hello everyone. Hi Karen. Hi Kerry. Hello everyone. Nice to see you all. Okay, so the suite that I wanted to play with today is actually the Love of Leaves bundle and the Gilded Autumn suite. Now, for those of you who've been noticing, I am actually doing a online class with those this week. The cards I'm going to make today obviously aren't those cards, but I wanted to show you the suite because it's really, really beautiful. And I will get this phone in the holder and we'll get started. So give me a second, I'll get the camera turned around again, and here we go. Okay, I'm going to swing it down to my desk, pop it in the holder, and I hope everyone can see that okay. I'm just noticing it's a little bit fuzzy. Let me just, you know what, I think sometimes it's not very professional, but sometimes it's the camera that's the problem. Okay, so the back camera is fine. Hi! It's the front camera that's the problem. Let me quickly wipe that clean. Didn't notice that before I started. You guys get to see my Thailand umbrella, this one up here, which I got in Thailand, gosh, more than 3 years ago now. Let's try again and see if that's better. Oh, it's still fuzzy. All right. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to take it out again. Technical problems. Technical problems. Don't know what's going on. All right, give me a second, guys. I don't know what's happening there. Why that's all fuzzy. Let me try one more time. So it's just, don't know what's going on. Try one more time. Is that any better? Yeah, I think it is. All right, let's try again. All right, all kinds of things going on, but I definitely think that's better. I gave it a bit of a clean with my tissue there, and it just seems to have come up a little nicer. Okay, all right. If anyone can't see that, now's your chance to tell me while I'm looking at the back of the screen. While I'm creating, I won't be able to see your comments. So at the end, I will pop my head up and have a little look, or maybe during if I get time. I'm going to show you the bundles we're going to play with today. So it's kind of two. On page 43, oh no, not 43, 45, sorry, is the Gilded Autumn suite. Okay, so I'm actually going to be, in my class at the moment, I'm going to be using the beautiful specialty paper, the brush metallic cardstock, possibly the acorns. I haven't decided whether I'm going to throw them in on one of the projects or not. The jury's still out on that, and I'm definitely using the 2 different ribbons down here on most of the projects. I'm not actually using this autumn bundle, which is punches and stamps. I'm not using those. Instead, I've decided to pair the whole thing up. If you go a couple of pages over to page 49, I'm going with the Love of Leaves bundle. So I've been wanting to use this gorgeous set of leaves for a while. There's some great little sentiments, beautiful watercolor looking leaves, but the real star of the show is these gorgeous dies. Now, here's the thing. To do the class, you don't have to own these. Okay, you do not have to have them to be part of the class, and that's kind of important to know. Because you can substitute with any stamps you have. Mostly it's sentiments that you need to have. So like the sentiments that I'll be using, I'm using the hello, the friendship one, and possibly the thank you. They're interchangeable, so you could use any of those, but you could use whatever sentiments you have in your collection, which means you don't need to have them to do the class. and yet you'll still get to play with these things because I'll be able to send you the die cut shapes and also various items from the Gilded Autumn Suite. Okay, so you'll get some pre-cut pieces of specialty paper, and you'll get some other bits and pieces as well from the suite. Okay, does that kind of make sense what we're using? And I'm going to show them to you as we go through. So this is the stamp set. Love it. It's beautiful. And here, because I've already been playing around with them today, is my little mishmash of leaf dies. These are called the stitched leaves dies, and they are really, really beautiful. I've got them sitting here on my magnetic plate, which works with the new machine. And then these are also part of the suite as well. So I've got these great little stitched edges and little shapes. So some of these ones, like the frame ones, cut out the various leaves in the stamp set. And then these ones here actually emboss the leaf detail onto the leaves. Okay, so they're really, really beautiful. Some of them are cutting and some of them are for embossing. Really, really unusual set, but very, very beautiful. So let's get started and make something to start with. I just thought I'll start with something really basic. I'm just using a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I've got a few colours I thought I'd go in with, and I'm making this up as usual as I go along. So we've got a few different leaves that we can add, and like I said, these give a real watercolour look, which is really lovely. If you haven't really paid a lot of attention to them in the catalogue, don't worry, I didn't to start with either. And I think that that's because most of us are paying attention really to the Christmassy things, but this just fits on block D. Really block E might be better, but it does just fit on this one. Then I'm going to go with, so I'm just grabbing a few different ones that appeal to me. Most of the small shapes. I like this little heart-shaped leaf. I think that's really cute. And I'm not sure if I'll use this long skinny one or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. There's also this one I've already got on a block that says Hope Changes Everything. That's really nice, because hope does change everything. Okay, so let's start with, I've got a few autumny kind of colours here. I've got terracotta tile, but you could interchange this with Cajun Craze or possibly even Calypso Coral. It's a bit lighter and brighter, but it would also work. Old Olive, and I've got the new Bumblebee, but you could use Crushed Curry or any bright yellow. Even Mango Melody looks nice with this group, and possibly I may use the Mossy Meadow because this is probably my most used green. But let's start with terracotta tile. I like this nice bright colour. This is my favourite leaf in the set, this big one. I really like the way it looks. And I'm just going to come in here. Oh, I should be using a matte. Because these are photopolymer stamps, they do definitely benefit from having a matte underneath when you're stamping. And you should be able to see, it gives that real watercolour look, which is really rather nice. And I'm just thinking I probably should have put some paper down underneath this. I'm just going to use a scrap. I might do a second one of these. I haven't even decided really what I'm doing. I want it to go off the page. And then this one here, maybe in green. So this is the Old Olive, which is a really nice green. Where will I go? Just here. So I've got some coming in from one side and some coming in from the other. I've got a mark here, that's okay, easy to cover that up. The good thing about random stamping is you can cover up any marks. What have we got? We've got, might go Bumblebee. This little, isn't a nice stamp? I really like this one. Which way? I'll go this way. And then I'll use this one, and I'm deciding maybe I'll go with, might go with a darker green. Let's try that. So I'm hoping you can see that this is a super easy set to use. Very, very forgiving. It, you know, like leaves, it doesn't really care where you put things. It looks pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, so easy peasy, just simple stamping, all you need to do really. Okay, so if I was doing this, there are a number of things I could play around with. I could add some dots, that would look really nice. I could add some embellishments. I could brayer over one end and make it darker, or I could sponge over some of these. I could even spritz it if I wanted it to move around a little bit, but I think spritzing works better on watercolor paper, and I'm actually going to show you that because that's actually pretty nice. So this is just kind of a starting piece, and I'm going to think about what I want to do with it. Okay. Then I've got some watercolor paper here. This is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. I love this stuff. This is actually half a sheet. They're smaller sheets than you would normally see, and it looks really, really beautiful. And I'm going to do a similar thing with this. So start again. Once again, I should have some paper underneath, but whatever. I'm not going to worry too much today. And it doesn't even matter if it doesn't perfectly stamp. That's absolutely fine. Let's throw a piece under here. And I'm going to go green this time, I think. So I want them to sort of be very random. I don't particularly want a particular design. I'm just going with them all over the place. Very, very easy stamping this. There was a little bit of green left on here from before, and it's kind of mixed in with the yellow, which kind of looks nice, actually. Oops, went into the green. I meant to go yellow. Never mind, doesn't matter. No right or wrong. And I'm just thinking, because I would like it a little bit brighter this time, I'm going to go pumpkin pie, and we're going to throw that into the mix. Just going to throw a yellow leaf here. So some people may have seen this. If you're in my team of demonstrators, you would have seen me make a similar card to this the other night. And I liked it so much, it turned out so good that I decided to come back and have another go at it because I just really like this effect. I'm going to get a spritzer just filled with water, and I'm just going to spritz lightly over the whole thing. And you'll notice that the colour starts to bleed and move around. And you might want to just hold it down. Another option is that you use a like masking tape and hold it down before you even start. And the effect is really quite pretty. It's very a little bit abstract, but I really like it. So while that's sort of just drying off a little bit, I'm going to bring my heat tool in. Normally I would allow it to dry naturally, but that's going to take too long at the moment. So we're going to get our heat tool in and give it a bit of a blast. You have to chase the water around, that's okay. That can add to the look as well. But it doesn't take very long for it to dry. And I do want to dry it all off because if I wanted to add any more stamping, I want that to go onto a dry panel, not a wet panel. If you stamp onto a wet piece of watercolor paper, you'll get a totally different effect. It will bleed right from when you stamp it, but it will give you a different look. I really like the look of spritzing it after I've stamped. that out of the way. All right, so this is what we're looking at now. I want to show you the difference between the first piece that I did and this second piece where I've spritzed it. Totally different look. Do you like that? I think it's really pretty. Which one do you like best? I see there's some more friendly faces there. Hi Nadia, hi Rita. Different people popping in to say hi. But yeah, if you're in my team, you would have seen me do a very similar card to this the other day, and I actually finished it off and popped it up on this page as well. But I think it's really nice. So one thing I think would look really good with this would be some gold accents. So you could do a bit of gold embossing with this. Would look really, really very, very pretty. In fact, I may play around with that idea and we may get some gold embossing action going. What do you think? So I like the random look of this. I think that's really pretty. And actually I'm just looking at the background. It looks nice with the soft suede. Sorry, that's crumb cake, not soft suede. Soft suede would also look really good. In fact, that's the colour I'd probably be tempted to do any more detail over the top. Like if I wanted to do some dots or something like that. And I might just do them. Like I said, gold embossing would be nice too. But let me see. What have I got? Okay, I'm going to grab my soft suede ink pad. Which is this one right here. And I'm thinking one of my dotty stamp sets might be nice. Just deciding which one. Well, in the Pines, which is one of the new ones, that one's got a nice little set of dots, so that will do. So let's try that. But you need, for me, unless you want them to bleed, which I don't, you would need to make sure that your paper's quite dry before you start doing this. Right, so I'm just going to add some dots here and there, which kind of accents and leaves us a little bit of, let me just clean that off, a little bit of contrast. That's probably just about enough, I think. There we go. Just like that. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, yeah, I think that looks better. Very autumny. Alright, so if I was going to go with soft suede as my background, which I think might be rather nice, I would probably have a matte behind it. Maybe I might mix that up with some crumb cake. But anyway, there's a couple of panels and you'll see me, I'll put these together and we'll do a little presentation of the finished card here on my page a little bit later. So that'll look nice. Now some of the things in the suite that I haven't shown you yet, I haven't shown you how the dies work, and I'm going to quickly get these ink pads out of the way and show you that. And I'm also going to show you the paper, because the paper is absolutely divine. So let's have a quick look at that. This is it. So it's specialty paper, and specialty papers, in my opinion, I always buy them because they're always, as they say, as it says in the name, they're special, which means there's things about the papers that you may not see just by looking at a catalogue. So this one has these gorgeous foil designs on one side. So one side you've got this, I love this. Actually, this is one of my favourite pieces in the whole pack. It's just beautiful. And on the other side we've got the mint macaron with the gold stripes. That's lovely. Then we've got this side, we've got little acorns and oak leaves in different metallics. And on the back, kind of like a herringbone design, kind of. And then we've got, once again, some copper foil on this one, little acorns and bits. I understand, I haven't actually, someone might be able to confirm, but I believe these shapes and also these ones punch out with those little punches as well, if you wanted to have the paper working with the punches. But I love this one. Looks really, really earthy, gorgeous. Love the stripes. And this is like mint macaron with gold or copper leaves. I think they're copper. Hard to tell, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're copper. And then like a David Jones pattern on the other side. That's what I call it anyway. And then our gourds and pumpkins here on this side with some gold foil and some splatter paper on the back. So really, really, really useful, very usable. The designs in the class are using quite a lot of this paper. It was just too beautiful not to make a class with it. And it's one of the favourite classes, to be honest, that I've ever done. I think it's absolutely beautiful. There are 4 projects in the class, 3 cards and a 3D project. So I did put up a sneak peek of the cards a couple of times, if you want to scroll back and have a look at those. But I haven't put up a picture of the 3D item at this point. Got to have some mystery, right? Alright, let's move those out of the way. I'm going to quickly bring in my cut and emboss machine. Okay, which is right here. I think most of you have seen these before. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. Here we go. Can everyone see that okay? Alright, so this is the machine. It's not a lightweight machine. It's sturdy and similar weight if you had a big shop before, not dissimilar to that, but not crazy heavy. And then the sides fold up for easy storage, which I love, and then they fold down when you want to use it, okay? And they just kind of click into place. You can feel them locking in when you put them down. Nice sturdy handle. And it comes with all the bits. So the bits are the base platform, which is numbered for you, number 1. Then number 2, which is the piece for cutting your dies. Then we've got number 3. You can see how mine's been very used and loved already. Number 3, that's the first cutting plate. And then there is a second number 3, which is our second cutting plate. So just to do a basic kind of sandwich, as we call it, is it's pretty simple. The other thing I'm going to be doing today is showing you the brushed metallic papers. Now this is the copper that's in it, and I don't know if you can see it very well. I hope you can, but it's kind of got like a brushed look to it, like a grain. Okay, so it's not just flat foil, it's really, really beautiful. If you wanted to cut this stuff, it is quite gorgeous, and I'm going to show you how these dies work on it. So this is the largest die. This one cuts out our beautiful stamp, as you can see there, but it also of course cuts quite well through here. So if I wanted to just cut a flat piece of foil or any paper, I would just put it through and roll it through like I normally do. But remember, we've also got our embossing pieces, these ones, and this fits just inside the other piece. Now, what I didn't bring over, oh yes I did bring it over. This is just going through normally, and it will go through. You just got to line it up, make sure that it's stuck there in the middle, and then roll it through like you normally would. However, we do have this awesome thing, which is the new magnetic plate. Okay, now my magnetic plate has been used quite a bit already, and I've got lots of different shapes that you might be able to see if you look really, really carefully cut into the surface. It is a self-healing mat, so it's not cut up nearly as badly as you might expect, and if you feel it, it feels pretty smooth. There's very, very little cut feeling to the surface at all, because it has self-healed to some extent. But ultimately, if I use it enough, I would need to replace it, but it's going to last me a good long time, I'm hoping. So what it does, it actually replaces, this is called plate number 5, and it actually replaces the bottom number 3 plate. So you use this instead, and it is a cutting surface. And the good thing is that if I put this down, it is going to stay where I put it, and makes it so easy to line these things up and then keep them lined up. How cool is that? Much easier. Okay, then I'm just going to put my other plate on top. Whoop, I just moved it. It doesn't work if you completely push it out of place. Alright, so I'm just going to roll that through. The other thing about this, compared to my old machine, this rolls so smoothly. It's amazing. I love that. It's not like the creaking and grinding sound that I used to have before. Alright, so I hope that you can see this. Not only have I got this beautiful leaf shape, but I also have it embossed with the leaf design, and it is absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So, isn't that gorgeous? Love, love, love it. These dies are the bomb. They're really, really cool. And the other thing I like about them is when you cut them out, I don't know if you can see this, it leaves behind a lovely stitched detail on the negative shape. So if you're cutting a piece out, so I'm actually going to do a little sneaky thing, and I'm going to show you one of the cards from the class for anyone who's paying attention, because that's what I've done here. Can you see I've used that negative shape and I've put the stripy paper behind, and I think that turned out really, really pretty. And this is one of the cards in the online class. So for anyone wondering how to be part of the online class, if you're overseas, or if you don't want the pieces sent to you, you can buy the tutorial only, and that's $20 Australian. However, if you are in Australia and you would like to have all the pieces sent to you to make up the class, so I send out all the bits pre-cut, everything pre-done, the only thing you have to do is the stamping. Then when you place an order, and I have a host code set up for that, which I'll put it in the comments below, but it's everywhere. It's on every post about my class. You will see that there is a host code to use, and when you use that code, it identifies to me that you want to be part of the class. And when I send out the pieces, that'll be because you've used that code. So anyone who's placing an order, unless your order's over $250, in that case, don't use the code. Just email me and tell me you'd like to be part of the class. That way I'll know, but you'll still get hostess benefits without having to use the host code if you do that, and that's better for you. So I hope that's good. Aren't these cute? I just love this. I think it's beautiful. So I'm actually going to finish this off in a minute. I'm going to do the card that we've just done, this little panel, and I'm going to be positioning this on here, and I'm going to be putting this together so that you get to see what it looks like. And I think it's really, really cute. It's going to be a nice card when it's done. Really easy stuff to use. If anyone has any questions about it, just ask. You don't have to order these products to be part of the class. You can just do it with whatever supplies you have. I have listed the recommended inks and so forth to use on my blog. If anyone needs information about that, just message me or go visit the blog. All right. I hope everyone is having a lovely Saturday afternoon, wherever you might be, and I'd love to, one of these days we'll do a little shout out and we'll find out where everybody is. I might do that next time. So I'll be back to do another class, another Facebook Live with you in the coming days. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like the page so that you see when I go live. Have a great day, guys. Happy Saturday, and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.